Hello everybody, welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I'm the INSANEBRIT. I'm going to be using my glasses in this video because I do have a statement to read from potential new Chelsea owners. It'll be 11th hour. Sir Radcliff, Jim Radcliff, has stepped in the Chelsea bidding war. I've got a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about FIFA. We're going to talk about a little bit about COD. We're going to talk about Last Stop and why I've decided to re-record it and stuff like that. We've got a lot of various topics to talk about today. So I am going to run down a list because I cannot remember everything. So forgive me about the glasses. It is what it is, but I have a lot to say. So I want to talk about various things. A lot of this is related to FIFA, but it also contrives into real life situation with Chelsea as well. So, and also a new way of supporting my channel. I did not think I would have access to it. Sometimes, you know, if you look on some big YouTubers, they have little breaks, not breaks, chapters in their videos where it goes, this is talking about this, then you can skip to this bit and then this bit. For that, you got to have maybe 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers and stuff like that. Certain features you get with YouTube, including memberships and stuff like that, if you have to be monetized and have various numbers. I don't have all those numbers. I don't have 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers to have every single feature. Alright, whatever, not really bothered about that. But one is what I did want, really did want, and I'm happy to say that I've got, was the super thanks. If you look at the bottom of this video, you'll see a thing that says super thanks. I've enabled that, and basically this enables you guys to donate to my channel without going to PayPal or going through some BS like that. You can just click the super thanks on any particular video, doesn't matter which one it is, that you really enjoy, or a series that you liked, or whatever it may be, or a specific video that helped you out. And you can donate to me directly, and that's really, really cool. The prices, of course, I don't control those. The lowest you can donate is £5, then it's £10 and 20, then the highest is 50. So that's really, really cool. Of course, you don't have to donate at all, but at the same time, if you do, it's a £5 minimum. And it'd be really cool if basically people did donate, obviously in a wishful thinking sense, you know what I mean? Because I don't expect massive amounts of people to donate, but it's really cool. And if it makes it easier for subscribers, if they want to donate, to just click that button and then, you know, donate something, and then essentially that will be going towards a PS5 or PC or whatever, or a piece of content. Let's be honest, that's just the way it is for my channel currently. Anyway, that's my major project. But yeah, so I'm really pleased to actually have that feature. Whether people donate or not, or whatever, that's up to them. It'd be great if people did, because then if lots of people donated little bits, like £5 here, £5 there, it would add up and then add to my revenue as well as my AdSense and all the rest of it. So that's really cool. Feature that I'm really happy that I've actually got on my channel, because I'm a very small channel compared to most. I'm at 3,000. I think I'm at 3,390. No, sorry, 3,290. Some people dropped off, and it is what it is. I'm not crying at that for various reasons. But anyway, guys, so if you're interested in donating and stuff like that, that's an easier way for you guys to do it, which I think I'm really happy about getting that feature, because, again, I'm not a big YouTuber like that, so I didn't think I would get that. Next up, we're going to be talking FIFA Sims, FIFA 22 Sims. Now, obviously, they come to an end in the next 2 or 3, 4 weeks. That means obviously less people on my channel, less exposure, etc. That's always been the way. But at the same time, we are going to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make changes to the squads, every squad, at least in the Premier League at this point, which should be a pain. So basically, I'm going to have to do that. And what I will do is I will not put the inform situation where they re-download everything again, because then it will just go back to default of what it is now. And if Chelsea buy a bunch of new players, obviously we're going to be losing Rudiger, Christensen. They're already gone now, essentially, at Real Madrid and Barcelona. So I'm going to make those changes, and then when the FIFA Sims start up, the friendlies and stuff, I'll be doing those simulations. And of course, every single club, at least in theory at this point, and especially in the Premier League, maybe some of the big teams like Real Madrid, if I decide to do them, I'll be putting new players into their squads. So it's going to get very interesting. Of course, FIFA Career Mode will continue up until the new one comes out, and we'll speak about that a little bit as well. So in Chelsea, we're going to have new players and stuff like that, player profiles. Koundé, I hopefully get through the door, essentially when the new owners take control of the club. I'm hoping it's Koundé, because he's the player profile that Tuchel wants. So that's all interesting. We're going to have new players. It's a given. We need at least 2 centre-backs, maybe a midfield. Maybe we'll get rid of a striker and bring someone in. Maybe Lukaku's going to go to PSG, back to Inter Milan. So there's a lot of big things happening at Chelsea. Even though we've got a great squad, people are leaving. and we have to rebuild again. So it's going to take massive investment, and I'll talk a little bit about that with the Chelsea new owners in a minute in a statement that Sir Jim Radcliffe has released. So FIFA career mode will continue, and you guys can have a vote on that. I've got France to go to, Italy, Portugal I'm interested in going to. Maybe I'll include, I mean the Scottish League as well, just on point. But then it'll be a very short fucking playthrough because there's only 8 teams in the thing, isn't there? Something like that. Something silly. I don't know. It's kind of stupid. So that'd be very, very short. For me to do that, imagine Celtic or Rangers winning the Champions League. That'd be interesting. Right now, what's happening with Barcelona is very interesting. I know that maybe you guys haven't watched it because you're like, man, I want to wait till it's completed. I don't want to have to keep waiting weeks and weeks or days to watch a certain playthrough. I just want to crack on by myself. Yes, that's a given, I understand, and I'll put that in the completed playthrough section when it is done. Right now, Barcelona, Aubameyang has forced his way back into the team. I was top of the league. I'm in a cup with, I'm playing my cup team. I bought some players. Kessie has joined the club as well. He's going to be joining next year in real life. So I bought him this season, and Christensen I should have bought as well, really. But then I thought, wait a minute, I haven't got basically enough money because I had to buy other players to fill the gaps that Barcelona needed, and who I've decided to buy. So it's an interesting week this week when it comes to that career mode. We're kind of struggling at the moment. We seem to be doing great, and now we seem to have dropped off, but it is what it is. So yeah, Chelsea new owners. Now, out of nowhere, so Jim Radcliffe has come out of nowhere and was like, boom, I'm interested. Basically, he owns Nice, which I'm not too sure how much money they've invested, who owns them as well, if he owns just the club himself, but how much they've invested, because I don't really recall anything about Nice being bought and them investing hundreds of millions of pounds or anything like that. So it's very interesting. He has released a statement via Twitter. Now, so Jim Radcliffe was worth £23 billion. It is now dropped to £15 billion or $15 billion, whatever. He owns a chemical plant, and that's where he made his money. Ineos. Statement from Ineos on the acquisition of Chelsea Football Club. Sir Jim Radcliffe, chairman of Ineos, has made a formal bid for Chelsea Football Club for £4.25 billion. I thought it was like 2.9 billion. He's just went boom. No, we're going to offer 4 billion. So he's putting his money where his mouth is. Let's be honest here at this point. So he's like the out and out maximum amount of money that we can get. He's the best bid at this point. It's incredible power play. He is committed 2.5 billion is committed to the charitable trust to support victims of war. Okay, with 1.75 billion committed to investment directly into the club over the next 10 years. Now, some people have said that 1.7 billion over 10 years isn't enough. I kind of disagree. I agree and disagree, because that's basically saying, well, that's £100 million a year. What club has to spend £100 million a year? Like, what? No. You shouldn't have to spend £100 million a year. You should spend maybe, well, like if you spent 120 million a year on like £50 million for a defender, 60 million pounds for another player. Like, just bring 2 in or something, and the core of your team should be there for a couple of years. You don't have to keep spending 60, 70 million pounds on a striker every season or a defender. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. But it's nice to have that. It's more than what most clubs have got. But at least he's saying at least he's dedicating 1.7 billion to Chelsea Football Club in terms of the transfer market anyway. So we'll see how that works out. But it's more than what most clubs have. So we should be I'm happy about that. It's the first step. But again, I don't think we should be spending £100 million a year on players anyway. That's just my opinion. It is what it is. You shouldn't have to keep rebuilding, is my point. You should build a young group of players, and then let them grow together. We have a fairly young squad now. So I think if he puts that out there, and we add a few additions here and there with Koundé, 60 million, another defender, if we have to spend maybe £80 million. Actually, it could work out, actually, being that could be not enough, actually, when I think about it. With 60 million Koundé at least, and another £80 million for Rice, assuming that's how much you're going to pay. for him. That would be 2 players we need alone. So who knows? It might actually not be enough, but it is what it is. But at least we've got that guarantee, I suppose, and we can always mix that in with youth. Okay, this is a British bid for a British club. Okay, so he's going down the route of a British person should own this great club kind of thing. We believe that the club is bigger than its owners, who are temporary custodians of a great tradition. We are with responsibilities to the fans and the community. Fair play. That is why we are committed to spending 1.7 billion over the next 10 years. That will be for direct benefit of the club. Okay, again, that's cool. But again, we may need more. And I hate to say that, I really do, but it's the way of the world of football right now. We will invest in Stamford Bridge to make a world-class stadium befitting of Chelsea Football Club. This will be organic and ongoing, so we will not move away from the home of Chelsea and risk losing the support of loyal fans. Now, I don't agree with that. I love the fact that they're going to come up with a new stadium. We have new revenue streams. We have from 42,000 to say 80,000 people, or 60, 80,000. Obviously, more the better. We generate more cash, and then we, over the next 10 years, that money will be generated back into the club, and he earn his money back, or we get money, you know. So the 1.5 billion, you know, some of the stress of that guarantee will be acquisitions even more. It will be like come in through revenue through the stadium, which is great. Fantastic to have a new stadium. The part that I disagree with is that I don't like the idea of moving. I don't like the idea of staying at Stamford Bridge while it's being remodeled. I fuck all that. Move us out, put us somewhere else for 2 or 3 years, 4 years. It's a hurt I'm willing to take, and just crush the stadium, wipe it out completely, have a certain amount of space, and rebuild from the ashes up like a falcon or a lion at this point. You know what I mean? Rise from the ashes. Don't just sit there fucking around like taking this bit out, this bit out. Don't do that. Crush it all and then build up a beautiful stadium we could be proud of. Don't fuck around with the whole, oh, we want to stay there. Who gives a shit? You know, because after that, you'll be there for the next 200 years anyway. So who gives a shit? So I disagree with that part, but whatever. Now, we will continue to invest in the team to ensure we have a first-class squad of the world's greatest players. Yeah, great. That's a given. That's what it takes, unfortunately, to win. That's just the way it is. World's greatest players, coaches and support staff, Tuchel being one of them, of course. I hope he stays for the next 10 years. And, you know, he's had to put up a lot of shit. With support staff and in the men's game and women's game, that's good as well, guaranteeing the women who are very successful at the club as well, let's not forget. And we hope to continue to invest in the academy to provide opportunity for talented youngsters to develop into first-class players. Of course, yes. Broja getting an opportunity possibly. Livermento's got a buyback clause. We've got a ton of talent there, and yes, we should be dipping into that with Harvey Vale stepping up as well here and there. Yeah, so 100% we will be looking at that that academy and benefiting from that as well. And if we do sell people because we don't need them, it'd be 30-40 million pounds. Maybe with a buyback clause, I don't know. Hopefully we do that, or have first option at least, which just protect our club. And yeah, you know, that'd be another stream of revenue as well, because we're not going to use every single player. That's just a given. Unfortunately, it is what it is. We believe that London should have a club that reflects the stature of the city, one that is held in the same regard as Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. We intend Chelsea to be that club, and I think pretty much in London in terms of respects it is. We've won a few Champions Leagues, we've won a couple of leagues. We have not. We got to win the league next year or whatever. Next 2 years we've got to win the league. But Man City and Liverpool right now are ahead of us, not by miles, but enough, you know. And well, we're not putting the ball in the back of the net. That's our fucking problem. We are making this investment as fans of the beautiful game, not as a means to turn a profit, which is great. We do that with our core businesses, I like Inos, of course. The club is rooted in the community and its fans, and it is our intention to invest in Chelsea Football Club for that reason. No further comment will be made from Sir Jim or Inos during the bidding process. That end. So it sounds very positive from my perspective. If I switch back to the camera, massive investment into the stadium, investment into the club. Of course, we're going to have revenue streams from the new stadium, whether it takes place. Of course, the women's team being invested in, and of course the what you call it, the academy as well. That's massively important as well. But he also seems to understand that it takes money to win things, you know, and that's just the way it is. As of now, or to this point, I'm Team Bowley. I think he wanted to buy the club beforehand. So Radcliff is being very coy, or sly rather. I don't know, maybe a good idea. 11th hour bid, promise a lot of money, and these promises. So here have to be looked at. This is going to delay the process, of course, until whenever they look at that and go through his finances, but he does have the money to back it up, so it's very exciting. Yeah, so it's between, for me at this point, I'm going to say Bowley and Radcliffe at this point. It's always good that a British owner would own it. Yes, okay, whatever. But I'm hyped for both either way. I want it to be Radcliffe or Bowley. You know, Radcliffe perhaps has more money. And he's talking good right now, and he's not only putting more money to invest in the club, but he's guaranteed 1.7 billion over the next 10 years. Maybe we need more, but again, he will generate more through the club's stadium when that gets built. You know, there are projections of money and revenue coming through that way, along with sponsors and stuff like that. So that's going to take a lot off the back end as well. So we'll have more breathing space long term. So yeah, I'm liking it thus far. The bid sounds pretty good. So yeah, definitely. Okay, guys, we're about 16 minutes in. My apologies for that. But I wanted to read that statement anyway. Yakuza, like a dragon, sorry, is done. It's basically over. I finally completed the game. I'm very happy with the playthrough. It took me a long time. My apologies for that, because I broke it up. If it was, I could have done 10 days, 10 Yakuza videos. I could have done that. I won't lie. And you guys could have watched it a lot sooner. It's now in the completed playthrough section. I'll leave it in the annotation at the end of this video. So this is being promoted, and then that's that kind of thing. It's a great playthrough. It's one of my first Yakuza game, but it's actually one of the greatest games I've ever played. The Yakuza, Monster Hunter. What else is there? SOCOM Confrontation I love, obviously. CODs, well, you know, I don't put that in the top 10, but you know what I mean, like outstanding games. Nier Automata is one of my favourite games as well. I like the Life is Strange series as well. There's a couple of games that I really do enjoy. You know, and like I said, so I'll put that in there, one of my top 10s. It's got to be Yakuza, Monster Hunter, etc. specifically. But yeah, I'm happy I finally completed it. Sorry it took so long. The main chapter / story part is broken up into 3 parts. Chapter 15, and then it goes on. So there's probably about 3 videos, because I didn't want a video to be 3 hours long regarding a chapter, or, you know, an hour and a half each or whatever. I tried to break them up as much as possible for you guys. That's just an hour at least. So yeah, sorry I missed a day the other day. I didn't release it. It got a bit late, so I thought, fuck it. I'll just delay it by a day. Sorry guys, I've got this cough. I've been kind of sick the past week or two. Last Stop re-recording. Last Stop's a good playthrough. I'm enjoying it. Funny stories, some more interesting than others. The way they've broken up into chapters is kind of annoying. I don't like the way they've done that, but I get why they've done it to a point. It's all interconnected kind of thing, and you find out going forward. So I've re-recorded it, and basically what I did was I released 9 parts, and the echo was getting too much. I looked at it and I was just pissed off with myself with the echo. At the time I thought it was fine and it didn't sound bad, but then upon uploading it to YouTube I really heard it. It was really bad. I'm surprised I didn't just stop the playthrough, like didn't release it after part 2 or 3 and just fuck it off and go, you know what, I'll redo it and then I'll just give it to you. So what I did was I released 9 parts, got pissed off at the 9th part and was like, nah, and then just deleted all of it. And over the next few days, I basically re-uploaded it. I re-recorded it with the sound being better, like, because it's different settings for each video game or compute whatever or playthrough. So I have the settings at this, and then it switched to this, like A, B, C, D, or whatever, each playthrough, and it just varies on when it comes to talking and stuff like that. You get that echo in the background, because this is a small room. It is what it is. Sorry guys. I'm really starting to feel it now. But yeah, so basically I re-recorded it, I uploaded it. If you've already seen it and don't want to watch it, of course, but again, I've taken the echo out, so moving forward you should, there'll be no echo, and that will be coming out this month for April, and that'll be completed as well. So that's one game that's going to continue till next month. And the next game we're going to be playing, possibly starting this week actually, I don't know, is Control. we're going to be starting up Control this month. I'm not too sure how many pieces, so how many videos that is actually. If I look here at the dates, so the first week I think will be Control, and then we go back to Last Stop. Then Control finishes on the 20th, and then it's Last Stop again. To take us to the end of the month. So Control and Last Stop is for April. No, sorry, May. My apologies. So yeah, those are your two new games this month. Again, there'll be no more Yakuza ever again until the next one comes out. So yeah, so whatever, it is what it is. But it's a great game. It's got replayability, but I'm not going to replay it, obviously. Don't worry. So yeah, I've done that re-recording of Last Stop. Control is a pretty good game. I can't really remember too much about it off the top of my head. I recorded it a while back and I just never released it. Call of Duty Season 3 finally starts up. Thank God, you'll have that this week as well. There's some couple of skins, 2 new base weapons. The new maps I've been disappointed with. We've got Mayhem and we have Gondola, or whatever the fucking that map is. I think it's shit. But I don't, Casablanca I really like, but the Mayhem one I'm not really a big fan of, and it's a small map as well, so you think I'll be a fan of it. I'm just not. I don't know. It is what it is. Too much camping on the game. I'm getting frustrated with it, but it's more the COD community with their bullshit camping, and the new maps we're getting I'm just not enjoying that much. I'm not enjoying COD as much as I was, but I don't know. It is what it is. You know, and then of course Modern Warfare has been announced as well, so I'm looking forward to that. So that should be interesting. I don't think the aesthetics of Call of Duty's World War II or whatever fit in. The packs are weird, Snoop Dogg's in it. I get that's a bit of fun, but the rest of them, like one guy's got a shield, he's a cowboy and he's got a shield, and I'm like, what the fuck, that doesn't make sense to me. It's weird. So yeah, whatever. So Call of Duty Season 3 starts up this week, and I'll be playing that, going through the guns, going down it. Recently I watched Dune, which is a pretty good film. It's over 2 movies, I think, maybe 3. It was originally a book turned into a movie in the 1980s, I think, and then they've remade it, obviously, and it looks a hell of a lot better. The world looks fantastic. It's a simple story, from what I understand. I can't really remember the story, but it's a beautiful world. I suggest you watch it. It's really good. It's worth a watch. It's a 2-hour movie, 2 hours, 2.5 hour movie, but it's pretty good. Zendaya's in it, Spider-Man or Tom Holland's girlfriend or whatever. Yeah, I looked at her. I was like, oh, is that her? And I was like, I'm not too sure. And then I was like, yeah. And then I checked the thing after I watched the movie. I was like, yeah, it definitely is her. Obviously, so credits and everything. So yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend it. I'm definitely looking for. It feels like I'm only watching half a movie though. I'm annoyed. I'm like, oh, it's good, but I want to see the second part, which I'm looking forward to now, as well. The next thing that I'm interested in watching, I haven't watched it. There's a lot of animes on Netflix and stuff, but Pacific Rim Black Season 2. I've watched Pacific Rim, but I didn't watch Season 2 yet. Haven't gotten around to it. Rick and Morty Season 5 or 6 or whatever is out as well. I've really enjoyed that. It returns to back to its best kind of thing. I feel like some of the previous seasons were a bit shitty, or compared. But it's really good now, actually. I'm enjoying the last season. I think it's really, really good. So I'm watching that. So those are my recommendations. Dune, Pacific Rim Black, and you've got season 2 as well of that out. And of course Rick and Morty. The final thing I want to talk about is my PC update / PS5 update. I was originally... Oh, actually, no. Actually, before I get into that, Sony's PlayStation games, right, for this month is Tribe of Midgard. Don't really know too much about it. Curse of the Dead Gods and FIFA 22. A lot of people bitch and complain about, oh, I haven't played a FIFA game since 2010 or something. I'm like, Jesus, it's like 10 years ago. And they're crying and saying, oh, it's the same game and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. But at the same time, if you haven't played one in 5 years, just buy it, mate, and then get the improved whatever. You know, it's just ridiculous. People are just weird that way. It is what it is. Anyway, so they've basically given that out on PSN. But at least those people who haven't bought it can play an up-to-date FIFA game and go, you know what, here we are. And then the next one comes out obviously in 4 or 5 months time or whatever, which I'm looking forward to. And as I was recording this, actually, I noticed that Xbox released their games with gold. Yokus Island Express, don't give a shit about, but Inner World, another indie title they've released, I don't really care about that either. So the games of gold are shit compared to PSN this month. Then you've got Viva Pinata 360 game and Hydro Thunder some bullshit. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? It is what it is. Not really interested in terms of games with gold or PSN really, because I've got, you know, I mean, the Curse of the Gods I could play on Xbox Game Pass if I wanted to, but whatever. It is what it is. So not really impressed with that. But yeah, the PC update. Now, depending on what I decide to do, I can buy an i7 RTX 370 Ti, right? But then when I sell my PC, I might be able to buy, I'll get an i7 380 for around 1,550 quid. So, or I can buy an i9 for the same price, but it'd be a 370. So, you know, a better graphics card or better processor. Processor's like the brain. So I have a little bit of a word with my friend about it and talk about it. You know, but I think the i9 is capable of 4K. That'd be nice. Perhaps I don't know. I'll have to have a little bit more research into it, and maybe even talk to the guys that make my PCs. No, I'm not sponsored by them or whatever. I buy Vibox PCs, or this one's a Vibox, and the reason I do that specifically is because they've got like a lifetime guarantee kind of thing. So, and also it's very cheap. If my PC breaks, I paid them £25. They come and pick it up. Where other companies have said to me, "Oh, you have to basically, have to send it to us." Now, you think I'm gonna, you know, wrap up my PC, pray to God I get it right, wrap it up, and it's protected, and pay a fee of about 100 quid or 100 and whatever? Like, fuck out of here. Like, no way. I'd rather just ring them up, pay them 25 quid, they come pick it up and drop it off after it's fixed. I have to pay for parts, and, you know, after the insurance runs out, parts or whatever I have to pay for, but I'd rather do that, you know what I mean? Fuck it. So that's the company I'm going with. The problem is, if I do buy the more expensive PC at 500 and something, 1,500, it then delays my buying of a PS5, because I'm gonna have to buy at this point a PS5 pre-owned, because PS5 just ain't coming out quick enough. Do I have enough content to last me a couple of months or whatever? Yes, I think I do. I can probably wait and just wait until I finally get enough money to buy a PS5. Maybe I'll end up doing that, and in the meantime have a decent PC. So basically I'm taking the money that I would have got from selling this PC and putting it into my new PC, rather than actually just buying a cheaper PC and then taking the PC money from this one and investing it into a PS5. So it is what it is. Also, I get some money for trading in my PS4 shit Pro as well when I do end up buying a PS5, whether it's pre-owned or not. You know what I mean? So that saved me some money as well. But guys, the sooner I get that money invested, if you guys decide to donate or anything like that, I'll be throwing my AdSense money at it or whatever. Good God. Not that that's much at all. Oh God, you Jesus. If I begged on the street, I'd fucking earn more money. Jesus Christ. Just speaking the absolute truth there, it is what it is. But that's what it, you know, I do it for fun. I love it. You know, it is what I do. I love recording my games and stuff like that and sharing it with you. So the new games this month is Control, and they'll stop finishes in the month of April. Yakuza is now done. FIFA will continue on the channel. COD as well. So yeah, you guys can have a vote soon when the Barcelona playthrough ends. Goddamn nose, man, it's pissing me off. I've been very sick the past 1 or 2 weeks as well. I got over the worst of it, but then this cold and cough is still there, and it's pissing me off. It is what it is. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. In terms of food reviews and stuff, I've just been releasing classics or whatever. I do have a few new ones, but I haven't got around to releasing them. I'll just keep going, plugging away slowly but surely with that channel. It's got more views and more subscribers. It'd be wicked if I got 1,000 subscribers on there and 1,000 hours watch time or whatever it is, or 4,000 watch time, because then I can monetize that as well. And then after that happens, then I can basically get more money from that as well, you know, my AdSense and stuff like that. So that'd be pretty cool as well. It is what it is. But I'm a long way off that, so I'm not crying at that. yeah, guys, that's all I had to say for this month. If you have any questions specifically, then by all means, put them in the comment section below. Give this video a like. Donate to me if you're in a position to donate to me. That'd be really cool, and it would go towards my PC funding. And I'll always report back to you how much I made and say, hey, look, guys, I made this from people donating and stuff like that. I didn't put memberships in, and I can have memberships, which is good, but at the same time, I haven't got memberships for my channel because I'd feel like I'd have to do content, but then kind of keep it hidden away from people, like, oh, it's members only, and I kind of didn't want to do that. You know, I could do a sponsored playthrough or something like that, but even then, you know, or timed exclusive sponsored content, I suppose. But again, I haven't enabled that, and it is what it is. I'm not too sure what to do about that, whether I'll do that long term or something comes up. I don't know, but I'm battling away as it is, as it were, releasing content daily. So guys, FIFA Sims will be out, will continue, and up until the foreseeable future. I'll make those changes to FIFA squads, Chelsea's new team for the new season. There'll be friendlies and stuff like that. We're going to America, so that's going to be cool as well. I know this video had a lot to do with Chelsea Football Club and FIFA, I get it, but at the same time I had a lot to say on it. A lot of stuff is going on right now. FIFA is a big part of my channel, and it's why I get massive views, 100 views, 200 views, sometimes 1,000. Depends. It is what it is. So that's why I'm talking about it quite a lot, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links are in the description below. I would have said TikTok, but I haven't been keeping up with TikTok. But donate to me on the super thanks on one of my videos. It doesn't have to be this one. It could be any video that you want, that you really enjoyed. Look at my top playthroughs and stuff like that, or top videos, and you'll see whichever video is most popular. And maybe it's like it didn't even entertain you, but it helped you out. That would also, again, it all goes to my PC or PS5 funding at this point in time. Anyway, guys, please like, share. Oh, I've said all that. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks so much for watching and your support.